Hey everyone, today I'll be giving a talk about how compilers break cryptographic code bases. So compilers are incredibly good at their job, maybe too good. And over the past years, it's just been improving, especially when it comes to optimization. We have commonly known features such as loop vectorization, decode elimination, constant propagation, and so much more. And while these optimizations can be features for most code bases, in the case of cryptographic libraries or cryptography, it becomes a liability and essentially breaks it. We could look at this example. Cryptographer writes this carefully crafted bit mask code, expecting it to be constant time. It goes to the LLVM pipeline, goes through several optimization passes, whether it's to the middle end or the back end, and results in this x86 generated assembly. And as you see, there is a JE, or jump if equal, which essentially means we have data-dependent branching, which open doors for timing side channel attacks. And what this means is attackers are able to measure the different variations between each instructions. So in the case of if I is equal to secret index, then we jump. And because of that jump, it requires a few more cycles compared to if we didn't jump. And because of that, attackers are essentially able to infer or leak secret information. And while this seems like a relatively simple optimization, it leads to like catastrophic vulnerabilities affecting millions to billions of systems. And we could take this a step further. A group at the University of ETH Zurich did a study called the Breaking Bad, which essentially showed that they compiled 8 cryptographic libraries against LLVM and GC across different compiler versions, different optimization levels, and different architectures, showed that there were over 44,000 test configurations that had compiler-induced vulnerabilities, affecting known libraries such as Boring SSL, OpenSSL, HACL, and so much more. And this essentially tells another story, showing us that there's possibilities for even larger scale vulnerabilities affecting systems at a rapid pace. And there's been work to try to mitigate it, but none of it got upstream, so we were never able to reap the benefits of it. And you're probably wondering, like, what are cryptographers doing nowadays to mitigate it? Their solution is not any better. They're using some sort of like inline assembly, which isn't portable, nor is it maintainable. Or they're doing some sort of bit mask hacks in the hopes of it bypassing optimization. But it's even proven that it doesn't, and sometimes it still get folded, resulting in the timing side channel vulnerabilities. And if push comes to shove, they just disable optimization, which kills performance. And so what do we do about it? Our team at Bits created this built-in intrinsics, which offers constant time guarantees across all optimization levels and across multiple architectures. It essentially acts as a optimization blocker or barrier. So optimization patches like insta-combine will know this intrinsic is off limits. And it's prescriptive, not descriptive. So we're telling the compiler what to do rather than describing it what to do. So we could look at the same vulnerable code we saw previously, but where built-in intrinsics. It goes to the LLVM pipeline, goes to those optimization passes, and results in this x86 generated assembly. And as you see, there is no branching happening or data-dependent branching. And we just generate the x86 constant time code associated with it. And the great thing about our intrinsics is that for architectures that have native conditional move or conditional select instructions, we just resort to using that. And for instructions that don't have it, like in the case of ARM32, we just generate bitwise operations, still offering the constant time guarantees. We could look at one of our pipelines for the architectures that we have support for. In the case of x86, ARM64, and ARM32, it goes to the source code, goes to the Clang front end, the IR builder, which creates the LLVM intrinsics that's associated with built-in intrinsics, goes to the selection DAG, then at post RA or post register allocation, essentially where the magic happens. We essentially do the expansion at post RA after all optimizations. So we don't have to worry about optimization passes folding or merging our code, allowing us to generate the needed constant time code for the associated architecture. And we also have support for thumb1 and thumb2. I386 follows a similar path pipeline, except this is like a bit of a unique case. So we have two phases. We have a custom inserter to help alleviate some of the E-flag issues along with type legalization. But we still do the post expansion at post RA, allowing us to have bitwise operations. And like the same story for ARM32, there's no C move or conditional move. So we just resort into generating the bitwise operations, still offering the constant time guarantee. And the great thing about our implementation is for architectures that don't have native support, or we didn't add native support, or also doesn't have like a native conditional move or conditional select instruction, we still offer a constant time guarantee. This pipeline takes the fallback implementation pipeline takes a different strategy. Instead of us doing it at post RA, we do the constant time enforcement at selection DAG phase. We do DAG chaining against the operations, essentially creating artificial dependencies between them. So once it goes to the LLVM pipeline and gets lowered, LLVMs know not to touch it, so we won't break the dependencies. We got a very good, strong feedback from the community. There's been previous proposals to try to mitigate this, and like I mentioned previously, none of them got upstream. We got some good feedback from cryptographers along with LLVM developers, and we also were able to work with the group at the ETH Zurich to use our built-in intrinsics against their tests, showing that we got really good results for all the architectures, and it also showed that cryptographers have an easier way of using our built-in intrinsics rather than doing some weird hack in the hopes of a bypassing optimization. And outside of C++ support, we're looking into adding these intrinsics into Rust. And also since Swift, since Swift uses LLVM, it could use our built-in intrinsics too. Since we already have support for WebAssembly, browser-based cryptography could benefit off of this too. And GCC and CraneLift could look into following our footsteps into having these constant time guarantees. We're also looking into having like these built-in intrinsics for certain arithmetic operations. So for like in the case of division and multiplication, along with having the constant time intrinsics or constant time guarantees for entire expressions too. Some key takeaways: compilers kill the integrity of cryptographic libraries. Our built-in intrinsics essentially offers a compiler-first concept in terms of having these compiler-level protection. Works across multiple architectures. Again, really good feedback from the communities. And we were able to, this is a really large step in terms of having security for mitigating timing side channel attacks, specifically for branches. And that's it.